Judgment here. I thought I'd show Shockalot's equipment at level 96 because I've made a couple of significant changes. I'm in a hell game here, but I've just been back to nightmare level and used my last socket quest, and I have put a -5/3 jewel in the helm, and I've taken out the -3/3 jewel that was in the weapon and put in a -5/3 jewel there. I do have a -5/5, but I'll keep that for show. This one here is a level up jewel. That one there is a die jewel. Full tail rasher set remains, along with the rings. Nothing there's changed, but the big change is the shield and the consequences. During my Pindle skin runs I found this, a Headhunter's Glory troll nest with 3 sockets, and I thought I could possibly keep resistances up and make this more of a magic find character. Now, with the drop in with the drop in cold and lightning resistance, I've compensated for that by bringing in the Trangill braces just for the cold resistance, and that keeps up the fast cast that was there from the Mage Fist battle gauntlets. Unfortunately, by dropping both the gloves and the shield, I've lost 50% mana regeneration. That's quite noticeable. For the charms, to keep the lightning resistance up, I've brought in this charm from another character, and these two here remain the same. So in the stash I have 3 Ist runes, and those are going to go in the shield. I've had a quick run already, and the increase in mana use, or the lack of mana regeneration, is quite noticeable. So I just have to use more mana potions. Now these Ist runes come from 3 sets of runes I had for Call to Arms, Amun Ral Mal Istome. I've combined the two of the Mal runes I've combined into an Ist, used the 2 Ist runes, and the Ohm runes there and the other Mal can go towards rune upgrades. So we are going to put the 3 Ist runes in here. So I'm now up to 75% magic find. Now one small mistake I've made here, I've put the strength up 2 points instead of only 1, so I'm not exactly happy about that. I've put a couple of the stat points into vitality. I've left 3 just in case I want to get up to 110 to use the Thunder God's Vigor Warbelt, which I'm probably not going to do. So the magic find is now up to 409. Weapon switch is still the same, and I've kept the better of the 2 Grim Shields. I'm dropping Cannot Be Frozen from the main shield, but I've got a big increase in defense and +6 to life after each kill. Now you can tell from the experience bar I have been playing a little bit, and I've managed a few marks on the way towards level 97. I've now had a couple of days play with this configuration. It seems to be working pretty well. I thought I'd show you some other variations. One I've found useful is to exchange that ring for the Wisp projector, which drops a cast rate breakpoint, but my resistances are still pretty good. And where I find this useful is if I happen to strike both souls and Haradrums to revive them. So lightning resistance is still up to 75. I've got the lightning absorbed from the Wisp projector, and the rest of the resistances are pretty good. Another thing I've found handy, if I put that ring back, is to reverse the shields around. That also gives me quite good resistances with the Nature's Piece. and that's if I happen to want cannot be frozen in particular. Now today I've found a 4-socket giant thresher, which I would like as a base for Infinity. I think the ideal thing would be a 4-socket ethereal giant thresher, but I'm thinking if I'm going to use runes as valuable as burrs, and I can get to 2 of them, then I should hang out for the ideal base, which is an ethereal one of those. But you never know, I may use that just for the conviction aura. Right, I thought I'd go through Shockalot's gear for Magic Find, because that's also changed a bit. Well before level 96 in fact, but certainly between level 5 and 96. So, still running with the triangle braces, though arguably I should put the Mage Fist battle gauntlets back there. Weapon is now an ocular swirling crystal, and if I can spare an Istrune or some sort of Magic Find jewel, I may socket that. Harlequin Crest Shaker with a perfect topaz. Moses Blessed Circle with 2 perfect diamonds just to bump up the resistances. You can see they're close to maximum except for poison. Nagel Ring, and the keys and the rest of the inventory occupied by 7% small Magic Find small charms, and this gives a total of 577. The Mercenary Jamali is using the same Tomb Reaver Cryptic Axe as before, with an Ammon Rune and 2 15% increased attack speed jewels. So if he makes the kill, there's another 71 there, another 48 there for 119, and another 25 there for a total of 144 if he makes the kill. I'm not particularly concerned about that. Okay, we're in Players 1 mode, and you might notice I've just got my first tick on the experience bar towards level 97. So this is run 7701.